I remember a simpler internet. Hell, I remember a time before the internet was even a thing. MySpace, American Instant Messenger, LimeWire, Newgrounds, old school RuneScape, a simpler YouTube. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but those were the glory days of the internet. Fast forward to 2022, and the internet has become incredibly condensed into a handful of main websites and apps controlled by a handful of tech billionaires. And I don't know, to me, it feels like it has lost so much heart. With heavy emphasis on data collection, tricking the users to spend as much time as possible on their sites, and becoming a breeding ground for political extremism, it just feels like the magic that made those glory days so great are so far gone, and it's hard to know if we'll ever get that kind of internet ever again. And this week, we may be witnessing the first major blow to some of these big tech giants, which could be the catalyst towards an opportunity to shake up the status quo. Elon Musk has officially taken over Twitter, which he acquired for the extremely overpriced value of $44 billion. And since this takeover, it has definitely been a weird experience. I think this tweet by Elon Musk paints a great picture of what's going on here. Regarding Twitter's reduction in force, unfortunately, there is no choice when the company is losing over $4 million per day. According to CNN Business, in a series of tweets Friday evening, Yoel Roth, head of Twitter's trust and safety team, confirmed overall headcount was cut by roughly 50%. Not only is Elon rapidly making layoffs in an attempt to cut costs, but he is also rapidly promising new features to both base Twitter as well as Twitter Blue, which is a subscription service he is desperately trying to get more users to sign up for. But it turns out that he has promised features that were already in development by employees that he had already laid off. So now he is also trying to rehire some of those employees back. Sure signs of a stable environment. The push for the $8 a month or $96 per year subscription service Elon is trying to push is also one of the cringiest things I have ever seen. Again, I've been on Twitter since the very beginning. Hell, back then, my inner circle and I didn't even know hashtags are called hashtags. We used to read it as pound, since the hashtag symbol used to be commonly referred to as the pound sign during the flip phone days. An example of this would be, is it that big of a deal if Twitter fails? Pound it to the ground. I tell you this because after over a decade of using Twitter, I don't understand why people would jump on this $96 per year subscription service. So far, the biggest selling point that is being pushed is that you can get the blue checkmark next to your name, just like one of your favorite celebrities. But of course, that now makes this PNG image completely meaningless. Now instead of verified, it simply means I support Elon Musk. This has divided Twitter into the Elon Musk fanboys versus the critical thinking, financially responsible. And it doesn't seem like Elon Musk has been taking this all that well. Tweeting pictures of t-shirts demanding users to pay the $8 fee, or trash me all day but it'll cost $8. Like, bruh, I'm trashing you right now, for free, genius. What it seems to me that's going on though, is Elon has made an absolutely terrible business deal in terms of this Twitter acquisition, and he knows it all too well. He is so desperate to get Twitter into an actual profitable entity, and I would not be surprised if as soon as he could, he will sell this platform ASAP. He has even sold $3.95 billion of Tesla stock since completing his purchase of Twitter. And to make things even worse, after all these mass layoffs, advertisers are fleeing Twitter. Ads are of course the biggest revenue source for Twitter, so it's now becoming more and more critical for Musk that users bite for this $8 per month subscription fee. As mentioned in this Twitter exchange between Musk and Stephen King, back when the subscription service was proposed at $20 a month, or $240 per year. We need to pay the bills somehow. Twitter cannot rely entirely on advertisers. How about $8? Newsflash, Elon, Twitter does not need to pay the bills. It can go under. It's okay. Take a look at this list of companies that have suspended Twitter ads. You will see that many of them are from the automotive industry, which makes absolute sense considering Musk's ownership of Tesla, which is a direct competitor to all of these companies. This is ad revenue that is never coming back to Twitter. So Twitter has been in absolute chaos lately, and some are even seeing this as a death spiral. But Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has been experiencing their own issues as well. It has been a little over just 1 year since Facebook has changed their name to Meta, trying to trick people into thinking that the metaverse meant their platform exclusively. Well, fast forward 1 year and now, just this week, much like Twitter, Meta has also had mass layoffs. Today, I'm sharing some of the most difficult changes we've made in Meta's history, Zuckerberg said in the letter. I've decided to reduce the size of our team by about 13% and let more than 11,000 of our talented employees go. We are also taking a number of additional steps to become a leaner and more efficient company by cutting discretionary spending and extending our hiring freeze through Q1. Zuckerberg also addressed his laid off employees in a video, which has leaked online. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. This may not come as a surprise to most, as Facebook has gone all in on the metaverse concept and has been investing heavily. Investors have been concerned about Meta's rising costs and expenses, which jumped 19% year over year in the third quarter to $22.1 billion. The company's overall sales declined 4% to $27.71 billion in the quarter, while its operating income dropped 46% from the previous year to $5.66 billion. And you can see investors' concerns reflected directly in Meta's stock price, having dropped 65.87% in the past year. Besides the enormous spending, they have experienced only few successes with their virtual reality endeavors. The Quest 2 is absolutely their biggest success, but they have mostly been selling those headsets at a loss. Their big social metaverse platform has not been all that successful, as in my opinion, the technology is just not there yet to create the type of experience a true metaverse requires. Yet, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has had their identity built and fixated on social experiences and connecting people with each other. So I feel in their eyes, they feel the need to make the metaverse happen ASAP, when really, I feel like they should just focus on the hardware and tech. For the next decade, I would focus on games to bring in the revenue to push hardware and tech forward until it's ready to build an actual metaverse. But that's the thing, it doesn't have to be Meta that pushes AR and VR tech forever into the future, or have them be the only company to build the metaverse. In fact, I don't think the metaverse should be controlled by any one company. That's like if Facebook originally branded their site as the internet. As someone who is building a VR game and a VR YouTube channel, I'm not really all that worried if Meta fails. In fact, I'm down for Meta to fail. I'm down for Twitter to fail. I'm down for people to stop fanboying over tech giants and their favorite billionaire. Much like the MySpace and AOL days, I feel like this current age of the internet is reaching its peak and is struggling for where to grow from here. I do believe that AR and VR tech is the next generation of the internet and where tech will naturally move towards in the future. It just doesn't necessarily have to be Meta. I don't think Meta's situation is as bad as Twitter's current situation, but if they cannot deliver a home run with the Quest 3, which is expected by the end of 2023, I do feel like Meta as a company could be in some serious trouble at that point. But again, if they do go under, then someone else will take their place. There is a growing demand for AR and VR tech, and just because these internet companies have been at the top for so many years does not mean they will always remain on top. In fact, it could be better if someone new entered the playing field, just maybe not someone with incredibly sketchy data collecting practices. As for me, I plan on continuing to develop my game targeting the Quest 2 and hopefully even the Quest 3 when that comes out. If Meta does go under, then I'll simply be moving my game to another VR platform. We have no obligation to keep these companies afloat. If they cannot make money on their own via advertisements or all the data that they collect from us, then they may begin to charge their users fees to use our platform. But if they cannot provide enough value to make those subscription services worth it, then don't feel like you need to hop on that bandwagon. They can fail. It's okay. What are your thoughts on Meta and Twitter's recent layoff situations? Do you think either company will recover? And who's your favorite tech billionaire? Let me know down in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, then thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.